Ladies and gentlemen, Ebro, Lauren Rosenberg, the amazing couple, back together again. Child, reality show. Nelly and Ashanti, give it up for them. You know what I mean? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you,
now,
guys.
I read the thing. I did some prep work for y'all coming in. All right. And it says, it does talk about as they reignite their love. Navigate the ups and downs of newlywed life and the challenges of parenthood while juggling their thriving careers. Coming exclusively to Peacock, Nelly and Ashanti, we belong together.
Wow. Why you got the dramatic voice?
All you missing is the background music.
Yeah.
Just some dramatization.
Now, you guys, have been a part of our lives as a couple on and off. We all watched, and now you guys are here. Ashanti, talk to us about putting this on television now, because while, it was tabloidy, it was, the shade rooms, everybody posted stuff. This is a show. This is going all the way in.
Definitely something different for me. You know, I'm super private. So when the opportunity presented itself, when he came, he was like, I think this would be a good idea. At first, I was like, I don't know. For me, it's different. But I said, we married, we a team, I'm down. Let's do it.
Look at you right now. And for you've done reality TV. You did
Yeah, I did it. I did it with me and my kids.
Right, that's
before, because I definitely wanted to show an aspect of a, single father still, doing what the hell he's supposed to do and being in his life, because I think we don't get that a lot on television. But also it's 2025, and being in it is mandatory to continue to stay in it. She has great ideas, and platforms are very, very valuable these days for whatever it is that you want to do. So as much as the family that you have to think about, I also had to think about our family business. Right. You know what I mean? And continuing, because she has great ideas. We're continuously finding new things that we want to create and we dream about bringing together. So, but you have to have those outlets and you have to have those platforms to be able to say, okay, well, let's put this here, let's put this there, let's make it known. So, as much as people have supported us individually, they've also been invested in us together. So I think this was a good look. Like you just said, you got this over here talking about it, this over here, shade room and all that.
Everybody
now we get to tell our own. Exactly. Now we get to tell our own story and make it happen. So.
Now, Ashanti, because I was really curious about it, because I've always felt that you were very private, right? Mm-hmm. So I was super surprised when the announcement came out. Like, what are we going to see? Are we going to see the kids? Are we, how transparent are you guys going to be on the show?
Well, you got to tune in.
Okay.
That's right, on Peacock.
No, but on Peacock. But, I think it's really just showing the organic authenticity of us. We have a blended family, you know what I mean? Just navigating being newlyweds, and for me, being a new parent, him having a new baby, another one, you know what I mean? So I think it shows just the reality. We don't know where we're going to live. Ebro was just asking, so where do y'all live now? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Yeah. We're all over. We're in New York, we're in St. Louis, we're in Atlanta, or on the tour bus. Mm-hmm. So it just shows that we are normal people. We have lives, and we're doing it just like everyone else. You know what I mean? And we just showing it. So
go ahead, Rosenberg.
I'm just curious, what was the longest you guys were ever out of touch? Was there ever a multi-year communication? So do you have any idea what the longest gap was where y'all didn't communicate at all?
7 years, I think.
7 years.
Yeah.
No talk.
Nothing.
No talk,
Zero.
no text, nothing.
No text, no talk, no Twitter, no DM, no
nothing.
It just wasn't even a thought. It wasn't a thought anymore? It was,
at all.
So what was the moment of reigniting then? How did it actually get started?
Verzuz. That was the first time we saw each other in over 7 years. We didn't talk. We didn't see each other. Nothing.
No, I think we had some shows together here and there, but not together.
Oh, okay.
We
would be on the same bill. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, don't put my dressing room next to this.
Never crossing paths. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So you saw each other, give a little hug. Hi. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
No, full avoid.
No, we didn't do that.
So wait, now, do you guys talk about this in the show? Do you ever cover off? Because I don't know if we as the public ever got clarity on how things went bad, and you didn't talk for 7 years.
Well, I think we definitely speak on it in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And let's be real. I mean, it's a show, so I don't think that we show that pinpoint accuracy.
Right.
Of like, yo, this is what the fuck happened.
Right.
You know
It's
what I
not a
mean?
documentary.
But right. But you definitely understand where things took a left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, to a certain degree. But it's more about the positivity side, man, and the upliftment of, you know, having a beautiful black family and trying to you know, navigate life.
Nelly, how many kids do you have first time around? In your first life?
In my first life, 4.
You have 4. And what are the ages?
Yeah. Ooh, if you take my
top to bottom.
niece and
Top to
nephew,
bottom.
like 30. That was Lil Sean.
Lil Sean is 33, I think.
33, 31, 27.
And then Trey
25.
25. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And now 1.
Yep, 1.
You're a wild boy.
Yeah.
That's back. You
Yeah,
jumped
man.
all the way back in the game.
Grandbaby as well, too.
And a grandbaby.
Yeah.
That's so
But it's,
crazy.
I would assume, Nelly, is very different though, right? Because the 33 and the 27, that's
What?
country grammar. That's you
Yeah.
were
Outside. So
You
Yo.
wasn't, I mean, yeah, you were there as a dad as much as possible, but you was also at the height.
Yeah,
of
well, my
everything.
daughter is something different because I didn't have a deal when she was born. So she was born in like 94. So she was with me damn near every day. And then when my son was born, he only knows Nelly as daddy. So he was born in 99. And 7 months later, bam, I got a deal.
Right.
So he only knows Nelly as a father. But my daughter, she was with me every day. It was rough for her because she's used to having this person, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden you don't. So, but, I mean, listen,
But you were still a kid then. Like the difference between having a...
Well, the label said I was 20, but I was like 23. But I didn't give a shit. I mean, the check cleared. I'll be whatever the hell you want me.
23,
You know what I'm saying?
26,
Like, yeah.
it's all different than having kids at this stage. I mean, I'm a first-time
Yeah.
dad, too. I can't imagine, as a 45-year-old first-time dad,
Right.
when I think about all the artists over the years that I've interviewed who had kids when they were like 18, 19,
Yeah.
I don't even know how you knew what you were doing, bro. Like,
No.
do you ever look back at it and go, how did I do this?
Well, when I had her at 19, it was, I knew I had to get a job. I knew I had to get some money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, work never scared me. Worked my ass off. I got that from my mom. My mom worked fast food for over 30 years. So I worked at 2 of the most workable places, McDonald's and UPS. I mean, you know, it's constant. So I've never felt like that. I always get out there and hustle my ass off, bro. Try to make it work.
Is there a world where you're doing a TV show and now there's a music tour? Because I feel like I heard rumblings of a Nelly Ashanti music tour also. Or am I making that up?
Well, I mean, we talked about it a lot.
Definitely talked about
Talked
it.
about it a lot. It's not what we're doing right this second because she already had a bunch of things planned, and I'm still on the Word of Party at tour that we kicked off originally in Australia. We did Canada, and we just came back from Europe. I just came back from Europe maybe 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, or something like that. So we're gonna finish that up over here in the States, and you know she get to do whatever she wants now, of course. So
I mean, they asked for it. You know, they definitely have asked for the Nelly and Ashanti tour, but we're gonna see.
Not yet. I like it. Listen. I mean, y'all got hits. It's gonna be a great show. People gonna be in there. Nelly, you stay on tour.
yeah, hopefully, as long as God permits. You know.
No, but I'm saying
Yeah.
like you still like consistently been out there, you know, on tour all these years.
Yeah, I don't mind touring, and I think I got that from just growing up. You know, I moved around a lot as a kid, so it feels like if I'm just in one place too long, it feels like I'm not doing shit. You know what I mean? Like it feels like, yo, what the hell? That's why I look to her so much because she'll just say, no, we're gonna go here, and you're gonna relax. You know what I'm
Relax
saying?
for a couple of
Sit
days.
down.
Sit down for 2 days.
If I'm in the house for too long, I got to get the hell out. I feel like it's something ain't being done. You know what I mean? Like
Well, that's all you know.
that's all I know.
Ashanti, what's been your experience? You know, you're also because you just became a mom for the first time,
Yes.
right? So we've been watching each other on
Yes.
Instagram, and I'm curious for your experience. What's been sort of the craziest thing to you about parenting so far?
I think initially the overwhelming feeling of love and selflessness and just pure joy, seeing that little baby, that human being. You can't put that in words. I'm a writer, and I cannot put that into words of how I feel. You know what I mean? So that has been kind of like, I wasn't expecting that, you know? His first blowout.
That's fine.
You can't ever expect that.
Oh, you talking about when the mud just starts rising up? It starts rising. You're like, whoa. Yeah.
He's a boy. He definitely got me. You know, I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Heard about that.
oh my gosh, in my mouth, in my eyebrows, everywhere.
Oh, man.
His first doctor's appointment got aimed. Peed in T-Ma's Chanel bag from way across the room. Yes.
Boy got aimed.
Right into the Chanel bag.
In the Chanel bag.
Might be a hooper.
So yeah, it's been some crazy, amazing moments, and I think just balancing is very important. You know, because you can't lose yourself in your child. You know, you still have to get up and get out there and get to it. And I try to make it work. You know, it's funny, we were talking about BET Awards the other day, and I literally had to go from red carpet, change, pump, send the milk with the driver to the hotel and the nanny, send the pumps back, and then go perform. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've done that while we were on tour. When I was on tour in Europe with Sean Paul, same thing. You know, a couple of nights I had to send the milk, you know, but you got to keep it going. You got to find a way and make it happen.
It's hard work, man. It's hard work. Now, Nelly, they've been had you under fire, man. We've been talking about your political stances out here.
Oh yeah.
You still on your pro Donald Trump stance?
See, this is what I'm saying. What did you get pro Donald?
I didn't actually
What did you get pro? What you had was respect for office.
Okay.
And it's great how people spin narratives to things that I think best fit whatever they're against.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of giving a brother the exact fundamental of what he did, what he said. Nobody's doing that anymore. Everybody's, if you did this, you're for him. And it's amazing how you could do something, but if you don't agree with everything that somebody does, which I plainly said that, I don't agree with everything my wife does. So to be in a situation to where, no, I have respect for the office. This person does some things good. This person does something good. And what I didn't see is that just a year before that, I actually did an event with Vice President Kamala Harris at that time. Nobody ever brought it up. Nobody ever said.
But that's not going to get the clicks.
Well, of course, because I see the way you even posed the question.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The way you even brought the question in was clickbait.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Nelly, your political stance. I don't think I said that. I think I said I have respect for the office and whoever is in office. It was truly an honor because ain't none other president ever asked me to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Right. It doesn't mean you agree with how that president
You never endorsed
moving.
it. You never endorsed
I never endorsed any president. You know what I'm saying? I've never did that a day in my life. What I did say is that I'm a military brat. I love our men and women that service this country. I've done things all around this country. I've entertained the troops. Nobody bring that up. I've stay a commitment in my community. You know what I'm saying? And I have a beautiful black family.
Hey.
And nobody puts that in perspective.
And KK's birthday is coming up July 18th. We're celebrating.
Already 1 year?
Yeah.
1 year.
Yes.
1 year.
Very
you know what
excited.
else? It's 25 years of country grammar.
Yes, sir.
25 years. Were you the first rapper in the modern era to do a country collab? Because now everybody making country rap.
I would probably say because
what would have been before? I don't even know what would have been.
Me and Tim did it in 2003.
By the way, the casual Tim McGraw. So, the first name.
Tim
pop through.
Y'all toured for a long time, though, too, right?
Not together. Not together. That was me and FGL. That was me and Florida Georgia Line. And at that time,
that was big too.
Yeah, at that time, we had a great record with the Cruise record. And that was right when the digital age really kicked in. Like, I think it was like 2012 and things like that.
But do you look around now and see, like, Morgan Wallen's on tour right now? Yeah. Stylistically, just musically, his style has a lot of hip-hop influence.
Morgan is great. I've been knowing Morgan for a long time, man.
But do you see your influence around it? Because, like, you really were.
Well, all of those guys, like, when you be on tour, not tour with Tim, but when I was on tour with FGL,
they listen to hip hop. Their music was mad.
If you go behind the scenes or go to the dressing room, that's all that's blasting out. They got Wayne, they got Nelly, they got Kanye.
Well, if you go back and listen to Florida Georgia Line's music, they got 808s in the music back then.
Man, the very hip hop influence. But how could you not be when those artists are under 30? under 35.
Right,
they literally grew up on hip hop, but their love for country music is inevitable because of their surroundings.
But let's go back. Can you tell us how you met Tim and how you guys decided to do the record together?
Well, listen, now I'm coming off of Nellyville.
Okay.
So, and Universal just cut me a nice big ass check.
Woo, that
Right?
hot
I'm going into Sweatsuit. This is my double album. You know what I mean? And I just got a nice one, right? And I was just like, yo, because I always wanted to keep different avenues. I've been very, very fortunate. If you listen to all the records, none of them sound alike, and all of them were fortunate enough to do different chart works because I understood that this day was coming. Doors. It's all about doors. Every door you can open means if one door closed, the other door is open. So when I got that, I said, yo, I want to do something different. I got Dilemma, got some R&B work in there. I got some hot in here, got some rap, got some pop, got some top 40, got some rhythmic. Love country music. I'm from the Midwest and I was born in Texas. So I was like, yo, I want to try a country song. Boy, them people fell out their seat. What the fuck are you doing? What are you thinking? What you mean you want to do country music? We just cut you a damn near $15 million check and you talking about you want to. I said, no, it's going to be great. I got this idea. And Tim came in, and shout out to Tim because he entrusted me. Tim is at Pete Tim and I'm at Pete Nelly. So this is definitely an experiment. But through the positivity and through understanding and I think I get my fans. I think my fans expect me to keep pushing the limits and keep trying to do something new. So when we were able to put it together, man, the song worked out great, man. And we did it in LA, and it was a little different because I definitely rapper influenced Tim in the session.
You know what that means.
Divide.
We know what that means.
Put
the fan on.
Yeah, you had to put the fan on. And my big bro was sitting on the floor like, oh, Nelly, I might have to take a break, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, say no more. But man, the record turned out great, and I always loved Tim for even entrusting this idea, because that was big for him to be like, yo, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Right.
Yep.
Is it the bit? Where does that sit among the biggest records? Hot in Her. It's
the biggest Nelly records, so to speak. I don't think anything will probably be bigger than Hot in Here for myself. I know Just a Dream was a pretty big record for me too as well. Definitely globally, but. I don't know. I think
they all did pretty well.
It's one of the over and over is one of those.
It's consistent.
Yes.
It just plays. It's always.
He was trying to picture the mailbox, and he was like,
right. But now it's harder because it's an email.
There's a lot of hot in here. There's a lot of hot in here email.
But them publishing checks, man. You know what I'm saying?
When he said that, it is true, man. You think of like your original sound all the way up to like Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
None of those records sound like.
None of those records.
Those records are all very, very different. The Neptune, the Clones record. Every record you did is so different.
Try to do it on purpose.
Well, now they're on Peacock.
Yes, sir.
This Thursday, June 26th, streaming Nelly and Ashanti. We belong together.
Yeah.
So Ashanti, we gonna get new music in the show? Like who wrote the theme song? Like are y'all doing that kind of work on this show? Like,
they asked.
Because I know how, Ashanti's movie, like, slides some originals in a movie.
Yes, sir. Her pen goes nuts.
Absolutely. They asked us. We'll see.
She got like 2,000 records just in a computer, and she sits and says, babe, what are you doing with those? I have to go back through them.
Oh, my God. This sounds like me and my wife with her pictures. I'm like, why don't you just put out a new... You know what? I'll just shut up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Artistic, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nelly, we love you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
For
I
coming
appreciate it,
by.
man. Love you guys too, man. Thank you for everything.
We love y'all together, and congrats on the family and the show and everything, man.
Appreciate it, man.
For sure, man. Give it up, Nelly.
Peacock.